On this edition of Improv in the Kitchen, I'm going to try to make spaghetti sauce with basically ketchup. Mommy. So, I'm filming right now, Makenna.
Mommy?
What? She wants to help. Anyway, so let me go ahead and show you what I'm about to do.
I'm gonna help my mommy too.
And she might help too. So ketchup. So let me get the ketchup. So here's what I'm gonna use. Ketchup. Some of this, we'll just call it soy sauce. I don't know what's in it because it's in Korean, Hangul. But it's got that little, because I read some recipes where it's like you use like Worcestershire sauce, and this kind of has that kind of scent, so we're gonna go with that.
Excuse me.
And of course I have all my seasonings, so I'm gonna use that. And I'll tell you, I have Lowry's seasoning salt,
And she has peppercorn.
I'm doing the video. I have peppercorn, aka black pepper. I don't know, for some reason I like being able to ground it myself. It seems like it's fresher than the actual pre-made black pepper. I don't know, maybe it's a mental thing, but I like it better than the actual regular grounded black pepper.
Here you go.
And plus it's kind of fun to grind it yourself. And I've got my onion powder. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this oregano leaves, you know. I think that'll be good. This is Mrs. Dash salt-free table blend seasoning. Oh Lord, I said table blend. Table blend. It's not bland. It's a blend, which is different. And this has got onions. So this is what I like about it. It's salt-free, but it's got the flavor. And remember, I said in a previous video, there's a difference between salt and flavor. And this has a lot of flavor in it. So just because something has flavor doesn't mean it has to be salty. This is more for, you know, taste, flavor. So it's got onions, spices such as black pepper, chili pepper, parsley, celery seed, basil. So it's got a lot of those Italian type ingredients: bay, marjoram, oregano, savory. Okay, I thought it said savory thyme, but it's savory, thyme. So it makes me think that savory is an actual ingredient. I don't know. I'm going to have to Google that. Thyme, cayenne pepper, coriander, cumin, mustard, rosemary, garlic, orange peel, carrot, lemon juice.
8 semesters later.
So it's got a lot of flavor in there without the salt, because all of this has salt, which will bring about more flavor. I'm going to get my pan. I just have a saucepan. Put it on medium to low heat, and I love my olive oil, so I'm also going to get some olive oil. And of course the base for anything is water, so I'm also going to put some water in there. Now I don't do measurements because again, this is improv. Don't ask me about no tablespoon, teaspoon, cup, quarter of a cup. I don't even cook like that anyway, unless I'm baking, which is very rare because I'm not a baker.
Mama,
I'm probably not a cooker either, but anyway, that's it's her birthday, so she's feeling herself right now. Let me get the hot water. So I had a cup that was ready to go. This is how I measure. I like to use this little red cup for some strange reason to mix stuff. I guess that could be your measuring cup. I don't know. Although I do have a measuring cup, but like I said, this is improv. So any type of cooking I do is improv anyway, and I make up stuff as I go along, because that's just how I cook, and that's how I was taught how to cook. Is I've never seen anybody in my family use a teaspoon, tablespoon to measure, again, unless it's baking. Baking is a whole other arena because those ingredients have got to be precise. I have tried to, when I was preteen, maybe 12, and I tried to make oatmeal raisin cookies, and I thought, oh, I don't need baking powder, oh, I don't need I'll just add extra flour. And it was like another critical ingredient. I want to say yeast. And I was like, oh, I don't have yeast either. I just add even more flour. Ooh, let me tell you. That thing was so hard that if I threw it at you and it hit you in the head, you would be knocked out. Like, it was as hard. It was a rock. It wasn't as hard as a rock. It was a rock. So when it comes to baking, I would not recommend, because I've had experience with it, with trying to do improv on baking. I that's a no. So let me go ahead and but as you can see, I do have you know, measuring tools, but again, I don't use it unless I'm going to bake something, which again is rare, or it's going to be from the box, because I don't do from scratch. So I'm going to get my ketchup. So improv may not be the type of cooking for you. You may not be comfortable with that, but this is what I do, because this is just how I was raised. And so that kind of dictates a little bit how I cook. I mean, I don't cook exactly like my mom. You know, it's never going to be like mom's cooking. So I'm doing so right now, this is not something my mom would do. I don't know. I don't think she But in terms of improv, I mean, in terms of not measuring, it's just something freeing about it. It's like, oh, you know, when you're a beginner to cooking, then, you know, or like I said, if you don't know how to bake, or if you really don't know how to cook, then yes, I would recommend that you do use those type of utensils to measure. But once you get the hang of it, go ahead and try something. That's what cooking is there's so many different ways to cook different dishes. And so I'm just doing a little chicken parmesan, and I'm not cooking the chicken because I'm making this very quickly because it's getting kind of late in the day, because there was had a specialist come in to repair a pipe. I'm having to make something quick on the fly, so I don't have time to cook no chicken right now. So it's lightly breaded chicken breast strips. Lightly breaded because, well, my husband bought it, and I don't like breading, which is really good. And you do need a little bit of breading for your chicken parmesan, but if you don't like all that heavy breading, which I don't, then you want to get this lightly breaded chicken breast strips. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm making my own sauce because I don't have spaghetti sauce. And sometimes you don't feel like running to the supermarket, or you don't have time to do all that, but this is your plan, and I'm just gonna roll with it. So that's my little ketchup there. And that's the basis of spaghetti sauce, is tomatoes. So what ketchup got in it? Tomatoes. So that's what I'm using. And I'm just gonna mix that in a little bit. So right now it's just olive oil, ketchup, and water. That's all it is. That's all that is right now. I'm gonna get my black pepper. It doesn't matter what order, you know, you put it in. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me turn I did say medium to low, but it's more like low, because the ketchup, it you know, it's liquid, so it doesn't, and it's got water, so it doesn't take a long time to start boiling up. And really, spaghetti sauce, you want to have that on like a low simmer. So just mix that around in there. Let's get a little bit of onion powder, because the basis of any Italian is onions and garlic. I put black pepper in everything. Maybe that's again of the way I was raised, and I just like black pepper. And now it's getting that, you know, onion smell in there. I'm out of garlic, and I don't have like what they call garlic shallots of garlic, whatever. Little Lowry seasoning salt. I mostly use, that's a lot of the seasoning that I use is the black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, seasoning salt. Starting to introduce myself now to some salt-free additions, because I'm getting up in my age. Your body chemistry change, and the things you used to be able to handle, you can't handle anymore. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I'm gonna put a little bit of oregano in there. And even if it doesn't really taste like salt, like spaghetti, maybe it's not gonna taste like exactly like spaghetti sauce. It may taste like ketchup, and who doesn't like ketchup on their chicken? It'll be alright. And with the ketchup, the ketchup itself is already thick, like how spaghetti sauce would be. So I'm mixing that in, and I've got the fire on low. And right now it is, if you could smell it, it is starting to smell like spaghetti sauce, because again, we've added some of those Italian like ingredients, or things that would be in a spaghetti sauce, which is onion powder, garlic, the oregano. Let me see, do I have any parsley? Put some parsley in there. You know what? I may even add some poultry gravy mix. I'm making poultry. It's chicken. So I put a little bit of that in there, and I guess it'll give it a little like a thickener. So I'll put some of that in there as well. Now I know some of y'all think I'm crazy, but you do you, I do me. If you may even find that, oh, you know, this is a great idea, because you're right. I don't want to go to the supermarket. It's too late. Whatever the issue is. Maybe you just don't feel like going to the supermarket. You know, you're just lazy that day, or you know, you're on a time crunch. People got to eat, and this is your idea. You know, this was my idea. I said, okay, I'm gonna make chicken parmesan. Okay, and I'm gonna make it with linguine. I don't have spaghetti. It's improv. I'm working with what I got. You know, maybe you can't afford it, so you work with what you already have. Some people can't afford to go to the supermarket every minute. They do what they got to do. Put a little bit of the soy sauce, which again, some recipes I've seen online, it does say something about Worcestershire sauce, so it's improv. I'm just gonna substitute my Worcestershire sauce for, again, I don't know what it is, but I think it's got soy and probably some other stuff in there. I don't know. It honestly, guys, if you could smell this, it is smelling like spaghetti sauce, honestly. But I do think that I do want a little bit more sauce in here, and I can taste it. Let me see how it tastes. And sometimes I don't even taste it. I just know it's gonna be good. I mean, I'm confident like that, I get with my cooking. And that's the thing with improv, you gotta be confident, and it takes practice. I wasn't able to do all of this overnight. That is good. That is really good. Then I'm gonna add, this chicken is frozen. I'm gonna add it right in there, frozen. See, and it looks like that, lightly breaded from the freezer section food aisle. And I'm just gonna put that right in there. And matter of fact, I'll just put all of this in there, because sometimes I feel like these people that manufacture these frozen foods, or food in general, I get they want to make money. Come on now, this is not a lot of chicken. This is more air than chicken. It's making me, they got to do better. It's more air than chicken. And then this one bag is probably $7 or something like that. For some, that may not be a big deal. For others, that's too much for a bag of chicken. So right now, actually, that's worked out perfect, because I thought it was going to be more chicken. I assumed wrong. So that actually is perfect. So I really don't need anything else. And I'm not going to season the chicken, because a lot of this stuff already has seasoning on it. Again, and remember, I've just seasoned the sauce itself too. So really, we don't want to, you know, if you don't want to overdo it, then don't, because I really think enough is there as far as salt wise and flavor wise. So I'm going to show you how it looks once I get it all coated, and I'm just going to cover this. And look how quick that was. I mean, quick. That's what I like about improv. It's quick, it's on the fly, and you're done, and your family can eat, and it's delicious. Cover all this back up, and I'm going to let that slow cook. So let me show you how it looks. So that's it right there. So you got your ketchup, again, you may not have Worcestershire sauce, so get you some, again, I don't know if it's soy sauce, we'll say it's soy sauce. You got some seasoning salt. We're gonna cover that up, because we're not advertising, they're not paying us, but maybe one day. We got your peppercorn. Again, we're not gonna advertise, they're not paying us, maybe one day. Oregano leaves. And we've got poultry gravy mix. We're gonna cover that up, because they're not paying us, but maybe one day. Table blend, salt free. And there's your chicken right there. And I do have, if you've got a gas stove, you can see like it's on low. We could probably turn it up a little bit, but again, I kind of wanted to get like a slow simmer, cook all the way through, because it doesn't need to be cooked, because it's, you know, this is pre-cooked chicken. I just wanted to just kind of get a slow, cover it up. And then, because I don't have already shredded cheese or anything like that, guess what I'm going to use? Once the chicken is no longer frozen, I'm going to go ahead and top it off with my string cheese. What kind of string cheese is it? I believe it's, yeah, so this one is string cheese, low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese. You may not have that. You may have Mexican cheese. You may have American cheese. You know, I'm glad it's mozzarella because that's more Italian to go with this Italian dish, Italian-like dish. This is my little improv, and so later on, because it's gonna be quick to cook the fettuccine noodles, just boil it in water, so I really don't need to show you all of that, but I'll show you how the end product looks so you can see how you get your fettuccine and your sauce, boil my linguine, and then show you how pretty it looks afterwards. All right, so I did make a little bit more sauce because I realized I got to be able to cover the fettuccine, and that sauce wasn't enough. So I did add more of what I showed you the first time with the ketchup and the seasoning. So here it is again, just a little bit more full. But yeah, you see that little bit of chicken? That's all that was in that package. Let me zoom in a little bit. That's all that was in it. So basically my chicken is swimming in the sauce, but at least the sauce will now be enough to cover the noodles, the fettuccine. That's how it's looking right now. I'll give you a different view. And I'm gonna cover it back up. We'll show you again what it looks like when it's finished. Now I do want to say that, you know, maybe you were brought up to use, you know, certain utensils, tools, and that's okay. You know, just like I was brought up not using those things. So it's all about what you're comfortable with, you know, just trying something different. You know, if you're used to using measuring equipment, try doing improv, see how it feels. You know, you may find that you like it. So it's all about trying different things. I guess I will try to measure more. That definitely could be useful when doing improv, but right now that's not what improv is about. Let's try it. You never know. All right, so I've got my fettuccine boiling, and as you can see, I took my string cheese and I shredded it up, just pulled it apart and put it in there. And so I will show you when it's plated and all done. All right guys, so this is how it looks, the finished product. And then I ended up sprinkling a little bit of crumbled feta cheese on there. Looks delish. Ooh, fancy.
Everybody's gonna be so wait minute.
Oh, sorry.
Wait for the Little Mermaid.
Okay, where's the candle?
Mermaid.
There you go.
Oh,
No, don't take off your crown. You need the crown.
crown.
You're a princess mermaid.
Yeah.
Get it over there.
아이스크림 게임은 안 돼.
Where you want to? Well, over there, cause she can't blow out the candles from up here.
And it?
It's gonna be my birthday the moment you
Oh, yeah,
waiting
that's
for.
That's what I'm talking about.
참 머리를 써야지.
알았어.
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins. What did she say? Baskin Robbins.
No, I said Baskin Robbins.
No, it's
바스킨 바론.
it's not Baskin Robbins.
6개야. 하나.
Yes, it is. It
여기
says
위에.
B-R.
이건 좀.
B-R Robbins. All the candles will be the only one.
Face it with that.
All right, let me light it. Here we go. Wait, turn on the video.
I've tried it with two. You can't do three things at once.
Look at the birthday girl.
Should have your cameras.
Whoa!
Quiet, Bowser. You're ruining the ambiance.
The moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ready? Steady. Good.
우리는 코리안.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, we gotta sing happy birthday.
The birthday ritual.
All right. Let's say happy birthday first. Okay. Then you blow out the candle.
Don't tell her to say so.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
한국어로 하는
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Makenna. Happy birthday to you.
Now in Korean.
생일 Wait. 축하해요.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Makenna.
Can I go?
Yeah, go for it. 생일 축하해요. 귀여워.
Yay!